Green flags on the course.
Okay, OPC guys, now we go.
Hey, the problem with that howling, guys, you guys are too close to hearing those radios.
Motor of the transom's good. Yes. 6 feet, that way.
Jim, are you going to run?
Yeah, if we ever get them in the water, yes, we will. I thought we had a third one in the water there, too. Rob, didn't we have a third boat over there? Or Bruce? Copy. Nope, not good.
Oh, we have Will Huff from Renton, Washington on there in the 828 boat, and Mike Massel down from Abbotsford, BC. 1 minute to 1 minute gun. These guys are practicing for their debut on Lake Washington at the Unlimited event by Seafair. Albert Lee presents. They're going to run Formula One with their bigger motors out there. Trying to get a smile out of Mark Allen here, but so far he's not biting on it. And these guys are the size boats you'll see at Seafair, but different motors. They're all going to go home and put their big V8s on the thing. They'll run about 130, 135 miles an hour, and they do it in less than 5 seconds. The question is Lake Washington going to be kind to them? I don't know that. So Willie Huff and Renton on the green boat. White flags. White flags up. Maskell the Rascal in his first race in 7 years down from Abbotsford, BC, with his son this weekend. So far, not seeing Rick Adams come out of the pits. preparing an invoice for them. At 40 seconds on the backstretch, white flag up. They were plenty legal. They could really be going for it right now. Hammer down. These are 160 horsepower, 4-cylinder Mercuries, I believe. Called them Formula 150s in actuality. 20 seconds to go, and they should be right on the money. And of course, I say they haven't run now in 6 years. It's nice to have them come back to Black Lake. The Marcel Dragon Ski Event races. Special invitation from Dick Price, the Commodore. Come on down and race with us. There's the start, and they're right on the money. Huff and Maskell. Now at Seafair, the start's going to be off of a dock, floating just off to the right-hand or south end of the pits as you drive into the big Seafair pits in Seattle. We did a test run out there about 4 weeks ago for the Formula One guys from the East Coast came out and run, and boy, are they fast. But they have a contract for 12 boats. They're going, of course, right next to the beach, right in front of the pits, and down just south of that, down past the grandstands, and up the start-finish line around the unlimited outside course marker, then back down along the beach, take a hard left turn, 160-degree turn inside the lagoon, and come back out. Unless, of course, that bad referee happens to show up again and see him doing it. There's Mascal Rascal in the white number 1. Two and a half stocks should be in the water. 2.5 stocks. You guys, don't wait. Beat things up. OPCs are out there. Grand Prix are next, and Vintage and SEs. SEs should be on the ramp, turned around. Put them in the water, Bruce, and turn them around. SEs and Vintage. That way you don't have to wait for it. 2.45 stock finals, you're 2 heats away. 2.5 stock finals, you're 2 heats away. And a lap number 2. Second to 4, and Maskell's really starting to get that motor tuned up. This motor's been in storage for some time. They've worked on it now for about 2 weeks off and on, trying to get the igniters on the engines to go out in the proper source. And, I know Greg Jacobson, the guru of Formula One racing, who lives in Seattle. Greg's been helping him with the motors and getting the electronics and the thing back to shape. It's a fast boat. Mike used to run very, very well. And that was the same problem he had right there in this testing period. It's the top end of these motors, which is very high end. The thing just kind of cut out and stopped. So they're still working on that, but it runs a lot better did that day. You imagine what your high performance car in the garage looked like if it's been sitting for 6 or 7 years without being touched. Woohoo! White flag up, 1 to go. Our first time we've seen an OPC boat in several years. And it's nice to have them back as our guests here this afternoon. Rob Hall working on those boats as 2.5 stocks you guys should be getting in. Last call, 2.5 stocks.
Go ahead, Aaron. Okay.
For all you guys and gals who might have a slight thirst this afternoon, the beer garden is open at Evergreen Shores, so go on down and pour yourself a cold one, courtesy of, that's Kimulchi Trading Post. I put that on this weekend, I think. Or Skookum Creek Tobacco. One of the guys that sponsors it, get on down there. Beer garden is open. There's seats, and don't forget the music starts about 6 o'clock tonight, 6 to 9. A little music and dance there in the park.